Well, over the years, flying airplanes and coming back from Colorado or Utah or Idaho, you leave up there and you're over 10,000 feet and you hate to lose a good tailwind because you want to get home and you get into an hypoxia situation. Well, today I was out at the Prescott Airport and they had a portable reduced oxygen training enclosure set up, and I got in that, and it was a eye-opening experience.
This kind of goes in line with what maybe the military would require. Military, you're flying unpressurized, you're going on oxygen at 10,000 feet and above. Well, funny enough, around 92%, most people in that realm, that's where you would be if you're flying at 10,000 feet unpressurized. We recommend if you're using a pulse oximeter in the aircraft, never let the number, that top number, get below 90%. That gives you time and the ability to do something about it, rather than, you can still fly around 87%, but you're getting close to that point where you're starting to get channelized attention, and maybe you get fixated on flying the aircraft and not you. So 90% is a good no-go below. You're going to see that top number go lower than you'd ever want to see it in the aircraft. What do I mean by that? 65, that's the second number on your sheet. So to determine when to put your mask on today, your objective is to get 3 good symptoms of hypoxia. Once you get 3 symptoms of hypoxia, you'll put the mask on. If you get to 65% before that, let's say you only get 2 symptoms, but your pulse oximeter reads 65%, it's time to end the demonstration. If you get to the 5-minute mark and you don't have 3 symptoms and you're not at 65%, we're going to ask you to end it anyway. Otherwise, you'll walk away from there with a hypoxia. And some people just don't get symptoms. It's a small minority, but there are those who don't get symptoms. Or they get symptoms that are not going to be great recognition symptoms. It's euphoria. Euphoria is the absolute worst, unfortunately. Because it's very insidious, and you feel a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, to the point, I don't care.
All right, go ahead and find your seat. Grab your mask, sit down, put the mask in your lap like I described.
All right, you already feel it? Usually, probably within the first 30 seconds, I'm already a little bit lightheaded. So, is that the case? All right, we're at about 1 minute. 1 minute. So I want everybody to go to item number 4, 1 minute column. 1 minute column. I want you to annotate any symptoms of hypoxia that you're experiencing. And then take a pulse oximeter reading. What's the last number you just said? 90? Okay. I want you to add 11 to that and write your answer next to the maze. Right next to that maze, I want you to write your answer and then circle it. And we've gone past 2 minutes, so if you have not put your 2-minute symptoms down, go ahead and annotate your symptoms. You doing okay there, Ferris? You don't look like you're in pain. You've got a big old grin, and that's not bad, is it? Let's go over to Reid. Reid, are you doing all right? You've got like you're not sure look on your face. Reid? Yeah, Reid, well, let's do this first. We're at 3 minutes. So if you're still off oxygen, go to item number 4, 3-minute column, annotate your symptoms. Annotate your symptoms, and then take a pulse oximeter reading. And then Reid, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to repeat it, okay? Reid, your aircraft burns 4 gallons of fuel per hour. Can you repeat that? You fly for 3 hours and 45 minutes. What's your new heading? Write your answer next to the maze. And we are at, just throw a number down, any number. Write 275. Write that number down, 275, and circle it. And then Reid and Paris, I want you guys to go to item number 4, 4-minute column, annotate your symptoms. Point at me, touch your nose. Point at me. Point at me, touch your nose. 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 What is 6 times 7.2? Write the answer down, then put your mask on. Did you guys hear what I asked? Don't forget to put your mask on. Mask on, mask on, mask on, mask on. Take a nice deep breath. Pause. Slowly exhale. Now breathe normal. You doing all right there, Angel? You're liking that oxygen. I can see it in your leg. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Brad. Please do not take your mask down until Brad tells you to. Anybody feeling the effects?
Still got the tingling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take a nice deep breath. Awesome. Slowly exhale. Let me know if that's still lingering.
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
Okay. All right. So let me go down the row here. But before I do that, how many of you felt that was the fastest 5 minutes of your life? It was 5 minutes, and that's the first sign that something's off. You may not be aware of it at the time, but after the fact, yeah, that was 5 minutes. Yeah, it's a very fast 5 minutes because as you're desaturating, you become less aware, and you're starting to get task saturated, so you're not even paying attention. So it probably felt like I was calling those times faster and faster, right? So let me start with you, Kent. Kent, what was your dominant symptom?
Probably air hunger.
All right.
Before I put the mask on.
Before you put the mask on.
Then it fades there.
Did you get any of that confusion or that you got the last time that you?
Well, I don't take directions well.
That shocks
You were
me.
giving me directions.
That shocks the heck out of me. But you're so task saturated, you were not paying attention. Right.
I wasn't.
I was right there in front of you doing this, just to make that point.
So what this taught me today, it doesn't take very long for you to need oxygen over 10,000 feet, and you should carry it in your airplane and use it.